Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yashbika, and in this video I'm going to be showing you 4 steps that you can take to help you get an internship during your freshman year of college. First of all, these 4 steps worked for me. They're not a guarantee that you'll get an internship, but these steps will hopefully put you in a spot where they're giving you the foundation steps so you can go and get an internship during your sophomore, junior, and senior year. But these steps are specifically helpful if you want to get one during your freshman year. So let's get started. Step number 1, reaching out to your college career counselor. Your college career counselors, unlike some of the ones you would experience in high school, your college career counselors are really out here to help you. They want you to achieve, they want you to have a successful college career. They want to set you up with jobs and internships, but the only way they can do that is by knowing what you want. So what I did during my freshman year, during the first day of freshman year, I set up an email and I set up an appointment with my college career counselor, and I went in there and I just told him, hey, I want to get a job in sports media. How do I do it? I want to get an internship. How do I do it? What are the steps that I need to take? And he was able to list out a couple of the things that I could take. And for me, example, he told me to go join the college student newspaper, go join the college radio station, build up your reps, build up practice doing that. And by doing that, that will hopefully put you in a position where you can get an internship, or you at least set me up with individuals that I could reach out to and talk to. So when you do set up these meetings with the college career counselor early on in your freshman year, I would recommend just taking an hour or two before that meeting and just really write out what exactly you want to get accomplished in that meeting. So be very direct and be very concise with what you want to achieve and what internship you're looking for. Because the more clear and the more concise and the more thought out your idea or the internship you want before you go in there, the more likely they are to help you, and the more they're able to set you up with people, and the more they're able to help you if you come in with a more direct, clear plan. Because if you come in there super wide-eyed and don't have a clear plan, they can set you up with something, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them. So if you make their job easier, they can help you out in the long run a lot better. So step number 1, reaching out to your college career counselor, is very important. And step number 2 is building your employability. So what I mean by building your employability is sort of similar to what I talked about in step 1, when my college career counselor said I should join the student newspaper, join the student radio or local radio station at my specific university. So what I mean by that is that for your specific career or internship that you're trying to achieve, look online at LinkedIn and such, and look at the job requirements that a lot of the positions you're looking for are requiring, and go out of your way to learn these skills or learn these requirements, or get this skill or this history or this track record of employability. Get this experience by learning these skills to help you get to those positions. So for example, since I'm a journalism student, joining the local student newspaper, joining the local radio station, learning Photoshop, learning Adobe Premiere Pro, all of that stuff I kind of took on my own and did the initiative to join those clubs, but also do those activities, learn those skills on my own that increased my employability. For, let's say, if you're a computer science or MIS major, it might be more beneficial for you to go look at what coding skills or what new coding languages you need to learn, and maybe just take the time out of your day to learn, like maybe 30 minutes out of your day to go and try to learn these skills and learn the new coding language. And that way, if you're able to learn it by yourself, and you can, when you do have these interviews with employees for internships, you can go and explain how you went about learning this, and it's going to look a lot better, and it's going to make you look a lot better, because now you're not just telling them, you're showing them that, hey, I put in the work to learn this. And it builds on this aspect that, hey, you're a self-starter, and that's very attractive when employees and employers are trying to hire new people for their internships. They love when people can be self-starters and learn stuff on their own and not be someone that needs to be directed all the time. If you can just take the initiative to build your employability skills, it's going to help you so much in terms of trying to get an internship your freshman year. So that's step number 2, building your employability. And step number 3 is building and maintaining relationships. So what I mean by that is that a lot of times for these jobs, it's not just about what you know, what coding skills you know, what journalism skills you know. It's about who you know in the industry that can help you get to these positions. I know it's not the most attractive thing to say, it's kind of cliche, but it is very true. No matter what industry you're in, it's very important to be able to network with the people that's within your industry, and also maintain and build relationships on there. So one of the things that I recommend doing is going on Twitter, using Twitter as a tool for sports media people, but also LinkedIn, whatever profession you're in. Go on LinkedIn, go on a company that you're interested in interning for, or a company that you want to work for in the future, and look at who is working there, and go out of your way just to reach out on LinkedIn like, hey, blah, 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 my name is John Doe. I saw that you work for so-and-so company in this position. I'm a freshman at this university. I'm interested in going into this field. I wanted to know if I could take 30 minutes out of your day to learn a little bit more about your career path. And I recommend doing that is because when you mentioned that you were learning more about the career path and just wanting to know how they got into these positions, more often than not, people are more than willing to share their stories on how they got to where they are, because most people will want to give back and want to tell advice that they didn't get when they were going through this grind of trying to get a job. It's very important that you do that and you don't just go out and ask for a job. That's like the worst way. That is never the way to just go about any type of networking or any type of relationship building. Because let's say, for example, you just reach out to me and like, hey, I see that you're working at so-and-so company. Can I get a job or can I get an internship? If I see that, I'm just going to immediately ignore you, because it's going to be like, why should I even go out of my way to hire you or try to recommend you? I don't know you. I don't know who you are. I don't know what skills you have. I don't know what your character is like. I know nothing. So that's the wrong way to go about it. And when you go out and build these and maintain these networking relationships and professional relationships, I would make sure that you're trying to find quality ones rather than quantity, because it's much better to have 5 quality relationships in the networking or professional field than having 30 that are just random calls that you had that you can't even remember what the person did. So if you can go out of your way to maintain a couple relationships, professional relationships during your freshman year, that's going to help you. There's no guarantee that they're going to give you a job or give you an internship, but they can at least put you in positions or recommend you to places where you could apply to, or give you a heads up on any internships or any career opportunities. And then they can end up becoming a career coach or also a mentor for you to help you out during your college career and also your professional career. So step number 3, building and maintaining relationships. So moving on to step number 4 is finally the last one, applying. It's probably the hardest one because it's a lot of the control that you have. I feel like in the steps 1 through 3, you have a lot of control on like what you can do to build up your skills to get an internship. But step number 4, yeah, you're taking control by applying, but it's all down to the employer on whether they're going to hire you as an intern. And a lot of times we'll see when you're going for internships during your freshman year is that a lot of companies will want to hire either sophomores, juniors, or seniors. A lot of the big time internships will be like, you must be a junior or senior. And while you will see that on these application requirements, I would just say go ahead and apply, because a lot of times that I've seen is that just because a company says so-and-so they need this much experience, you just never know what might stand out to an employer. Let's say, for example, you took the time to learn some of these skills and develop yourself individually, and you just went out and applied as a freshman. Maybe an employer will see that and be like, hey, this person could be someone we could have on our radar in the future. But you will never know that if you don't apply. So it's one of those things where you will just never know what might happen if you don't apply. So I would recommend just go ahead and apply. Be very thoughtful and be very thorough, and making sure your cover letter, resume is up to date. No mistakes in there. And just go ahead and apply and see what happens, because you just never know what might happen. For me, I applied to a couple places during my freshman year and I got rejected, but finally in my local hometown, I was able to reach out to one of the sports editors here that I had a connection with back in high school, and he was able to set me up with an internship at the local newspaper in my hometown, and it gave me so much experience going into the sophomore year. So that's something that wouldn't have happened unless I had built that relationship from step number 3, but also if I just went out and applied. So step number 4, applying, it's one of the hardest ones, but I feel like if you just take the time to apply and just see what happens, you just never know what might happen. So in conclusion, those are the 4 steps that helped me get an internship during my freshman year of college. If you follow these steps, there's no guarantee that you will get an internship, but I promise you that you are putting yourself in a much better position to get an internship, but also putting yourself way ahead of the game compared to your other peers who are probably don't really have a lot of plans or don't have like a clear career plan thought out during their freshman year, or just kind of dilly-dallying around, or just walking around, which is fine, but you want to be in a position during your 4 years of college to be setting yourself up with a huge amount of success and putting yourself in a platform where you can go take that and go apply to bigger jobs, bigger internships and such. So just in case if you don't get an internship your freshman year, it's not doomsday. you are setting yourself up for a very successful 3 years of college after that. If you found this video helpful, if you could please consider hitting the like button down below, that would be greatly appreciated. But also if you would want to hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be awesome because it helps me out and helps the channel grow. Thank you so much for watching this video. Peace.